I open the page, they talk to me. Come on now, brew walk for me. Urban gorilla, that sauce on me. Yeah, I was shy, pay the cost on me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross. Yeah.
I open them pages, they talk to me. Come on now, brew walk for me. Urban gorilla, that sauce on me. Yeah, I was shy, pay the cost on me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross.
But here's my thing. Here. Take Abraham, right? And Sarah. Or Sarai, however you want to pronounce it. They had a handmaid, right? Okay, Hagar, right? Now when she separated, she went where?
Where did Hagar go?
Yes.
Where did she go?
She went up what they called Egypt.
Okay.
Then, right?
Okay.
That's where she went.
Okay.
And she took who with her?
She took her son with her.
And his name was?
Ishmael.
Okay. So they went up into the Egypt, what we call Egypt today, right? And that's where the Egyptian, what we call the Egyptian race came from. Is that right? Okay. So during that time, when after they got into trouble,
Who got into trouble?
Well, remember Moses killed an Egyptian?
Okay, yeah.
Right.
For trying to kill his brother, so he killed the Egyptian. Yeah.
They ended up in bondage, in slavery, right?
Well, they was in slavery before that. That's not why they ended up in bondage, but I know the story that you're going.
You know the story, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So they ended up 400 years of bondage, right? Until the deliverer Moses delivered them. But here's what I understand, and I'm just asking.
Well, we spent 400 years in Egypt, but all those 400 years we wasn't in captivity, though, because you got to remember, Joseph was there, and he was, you know what I'm saying, he had clout, exactly.
He was running things, right?
But go ahead.
Yeah. So they were there, right, in bondage in Egypt.
Right.
And then we said that if I understand what you guys teach, that the African American, the Black American was in 400 years in bondage in America, right?
No, see, people get that misconstrued. People try to use the 400-year captivity and try to equate it. You can equate it to America if you want to, but that's not talking about America. That's talking about what happened already.
Because there was no America. There was no such thing.
There was no America? What do you mean?
I mean back then.
Okay, I got you.
So there was no thing. Those people were in bondage. That's totally different from what happened in America, right? We're on the same page with that. Yeah, right. So
it's a whole different event.
Whole different. Those were called Hebrews. They were called Hebrews. Right?
But you know you have more than one type of Hebrew, right? You got Hebrew Edomites, you got Hebrew Israelites. Anybody that comes from the line of Eber is a Hebrew.
That comes from the line
of Eber. Okay. That's where you get Hebrew from. Son of Shem.
Okay. That's Shem.
Right.
Okay. So when they came out of Egypt, where did they go?
They went into Israel. They walked out of Egypt and went into Israel.
What we call Africa today. Okay. So, but they weren't a large number of people.
No, they became a nation. They became a nation in Egypt.
They were about 12.
They came in their 70 souls and they came out in an innumerable multitude, as the Bible says.
They went into Africa. What's called Africa?
But Africa.
It's called it today.
This is the thing. Are you of the belief that we don't believe that we come from Africa?
No, I know we come from Africa.
Okay. No, I'm saying, do you think that we believe that we don't become from Africa?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe that. No,
okay.
At all.
Okay.
At all.
I was just making sure.
But so what I'm saying is the black person in America largely came from, this is my history, largely 3 countries in Africa: Gambia, Senegal, and Gambia, I think the Congo, and I want to say Senegal. The South western coast of Africa is largely where they got the slaves from. Not all over Africa.
No, I didn't. Nobody ever said they got them from all
Yeah,
over.
but
You know what I'm saying?
I know, but
The history that we go into. No.
largely three
We come from the west. We come from the west coast.
Would you say
of Africa.
largely three countries when they were doing slavery? Largely three countries.
Largely 3 countries. I mean, you have to fact check that.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
No problem.
A lot of slaves, because my mom is from Nigeria. A lot of slaves also came from Nigeria as well. That was like a huge slave port hub, right? As well as Ghana, Cameroon, all these other countries as well. You can't forget about those.
You got to remember that the prophecy in the Bible said what the Israelites will be scattered throughout all nations. So they didn't just all go one place.
No, but when they were getting them, they largely went to about three, 4 countries.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. The Bible says we were going to be scattered all over, right? Now, I'm not saying that there can't be a hub where we had more of a concentrated, you know what I'm saying, innumerable multiple right there. But all I'm saying is everybody just wasn't in one place.
No, that's what I'm agreeing with.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. They weren't
Okay.
all in just one. But largely 3, maybe 4 countries. It's largely
Go ahead.
They largely done. And then they took them to the UK. They took some there so that they can learn the English language. Then bring them back and use some of them as negotiators with the leaders there to entrap them and to enslave them and bring them to Gorée. That's where that island is off the coast of Africa where they would stage them and keep them there. In fact, President Obama took his family there. And I know Sister from Senegal, she says the name of it is called Gorée, that island right off of there.
Gotcha.
So then they were processed and then came into America like Louisiana, South Carolina, a lot of those places. Yeah, but they were largely just from those largely just those 3 countries. But what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm trying to get at is this: how do we know? Like you have Simeon, the tribe, Simeon, one of the sons. So how do we know which country that they went into in Africa?
Well, see, what country they went into Africa?
They weren't called those countries then.
Well, no,
But how
but
do we know where the tribe of Simeon ended up, the tribe of Levi ended up?
because of the curses and the blessings. It said that, to get Genesis 49 right quick, right? Yeah, and actually, when you speak of Simeon, right, because you got Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom came over here on slave ships. The Northern Kingdom did not. The Northern Kingdom, which would be the Latins and the Native Americans, they were already here. When the white man got here, they were already here. When Christopher Columbus got here, they were here before him.
Some believe that Christopher Columbus really didn't come here. But who was here?
Well,
The natives. The natives were
I
here.
deal with history.
Okay, but the natives were already here.
Yeah, they were.
The natives
And
were
I'm telling you that Simeon will fall under the branch of Native Americans. They're indigenous to over here. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that everybody, know what I'm saying, all the Israelites came on slave ships, know what I'm saying, but you had ones that was already here. Then you had the Southern Kingdom, who was a part of the chattel slavery thing that came over from the west coast of Africa, came over here. Go ahead and get that in 2nd Esdras.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelt.
Mankind dwelt, right? It was people in Africa. It was people in what they call Asia, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they call all that over there what? Asia, you know what I'm saying? And then you know it was people in Europe, right? But there was no people, you know what I'm saying, over here at that time. That they called this the New World.
Except for the natives.
Right, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but they were largely in the eastern part and the southern part.
But they were here, though.
Yeah,
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. They were here. They were like what we call like southern, like Carolina, what we call Florida.
I'm with you.
They had different tribes like
Yeah.
like you have a few in the west, like you have Navajo Nation.
Right.
They're in Arizona, Colorado.
I'm with you.
And like if you go up to Wisconsin, you have the whole Trump tribe, the Potawatomi tribe in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Arcereth and the
so you had a few here.
and the Jewish
But
sect.
what I'm trying to get clarity on is this: is how do you guys figure out which like Benjamin? Now somebody told me that they were the Jamaicans, but they came from Africa.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Right? They come from
This is the thing. Yes, because Israel is in Africa, but we got taken from Israel, and then we got shipped to certain places.
How do you? But the question I'm asking you specifically, would you?
You have curses.
Are those the Jamaicans?
Yes,
Okay.
they're not just Jamaicans.
But what country did they come from?
But real quick,
It depends on the families, because everybody didn't come from the same place. Because like I said, we were scattered from all around. What I'm telling you is this: those Jamaican, the people that ended up in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? They could have got them from somewhere in a whole other part of Africa, the ones that's in Barbados. You know what I'm saying? But they're all still the same people. They're all still from the same tribe. They're from the tribe of Benjamin.
But I would think that if they went to this country, what they did, they kept those slaves together on the ship.
Now what? Not.
And then they were dropping
Now
them
watch
all
this.
together. They were dropping them all
Okay.
together, right?
Okay.
Right?
Now
And so-
now watch this. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point.
So my point is, I get friends of all of those
What's up, bro?
different.
What's up, man?
all
Y'all
those
don't even
different
remember me, do
Caribbean
y'all?
countries. And they had
Hold on, bro.
all those different
You
Caribbean
don't even
countries.
remember.
Matter of fact,
This is like 18 I met y'all.
in Atlanta.
I ended up
Okay.
catching a case on the
She's from the
train.
DR.
I was gone, got them in
Dominican
3
Republic.
years. I had 31 years. I beat that shit and came back.
They're different from the
Tribally, yes.
from the
Tribally,
nations.
yes.
They have their own different culture.
Yeah.
We agree on
We
that?
agree.
So I would think those cultures developed from what countries they came out of in Africa.
No, but
Right?
this is the
But that-
thing.
but that-
What do Haitians speak?
Today? Well,
They speak a form of what? They speak French.
They
The
speak
slave
a
masters were
broken
French.
Yeah. They speak a
Yeah.
broken
And what do the Dominicans speak? Spanish, right?
A Spanish and kind of a broken kind of
Yeah,
French.
yeah, but
they
but
mix
it's
it
all
together.
but those slave masters are all the same people. Yes, some
same
they,
people.
yes, they're all the same people,
Right, yeah.
right? So they're speaking their
But
oppressor's
they
language.
kind of kept them together when they dropped them off at different islands.
Well, yeah, well, the island of Hispaniola. Well, let me show you how we identify them, right?
That was no Puerto Rico.
There was no Puerto Rico.
Those islands probably were uninhabited.
You're saying you? Nah. Go ahead, Scott.
They
yeah.
weren't?
No. And the island of Puerto Rico was named by the Spaniards when they came and conquered the land. But the land itself was inhabited by people, by Taino and Arawak Indians, and they actually called the land Boricuén. So the land was named Boricuén, and that's why
They
nowadays,
mixed with the Africans.
during the time of slavery, when the
They mixed with
Africans
Africans.
got imported into,
Right.
yes.
They mixed with the Spanish. And that's where the Puerto Ricans came from.
No. See, no. Hold on, wait a minute. Now, see, you have two people that they mixed with, right? You said they mixed with the Africans
Right.
and they mixed with the Spaniards, right? So if I'm somebody that mixed with the African, how does that make one Puerto Rican the same as the other one that comes from the Spain? It can't. Either you're Spaniard or you're not.
Okay. I'll tell you, same thing. Just like South America, they're mixed with. If you're on one side of the coast, they're mixed with Spanish, people from Spain. If you're on probably the west side, they're mixed with Portugal.
Well, Spain and Portugal, that's basically the same thing. That's the same team. Same team.
Same team, kind of, yeah. But they kind of mix with African too.
Well, see, but this is the thing. There's no such thing as mixed in the Bible, right? I can show you plenty of people. Moses had an Egyptian wife, but when it names his sons, it just says they're Israelites. It never says the Egyptian Israelite,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the Ethiopian, right? So yeah, there's this whole mixed thing. That's a new concept in Earth. That's not ancient.
Okay.
So what we're telling you is, if whatever your father is, that's what you go back to. That's what you are.
Yeah.
That's what you are. So if your father's a Spaniard, you're Spaniard. If he's not, he's not. If he's indigenous, he's indigenous. Because a lot of them used to tell us what? They killed all the indigenous off, and that just basically pushes white supremacy though.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I never believed that.
yeah. So what about those kids? What about those kids that was having kids? Other indigenous? Where the hell they go?
If you go on the north side, you see a lot of
Yeah, exactly.
people, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
We know that.
Yeah.
But what they did say, like with Mexico, when they had the Aztecs, Indians, and the Spaniards mixed in with them because they were trying to kill all of them.
Okay, so
Right.
this is what I'm saying.
Is that
You have authentic history, then you have revisionist history, right? What the white man does is he rewrites shit, right? Now I have a Mexican sitting right here next to me, right? He's not a Spaniard. He goes back to the indigenous population.
The Spaniards mixed with the Aztecs, Indians?
Go ahead, SICARRI.
I mean, real quick, we just explained that there really is no concept of mixing. So
Okay.
if there was a Spaniard who had sex with an indigenous woman, then that wouldn't be a mixed child. That would be a Spaniard child.
Because of what the father is.
Yeah, because of what the father is. And just to bring up another point, because like you said, that is a white supremacist ideology. Because they even it was something invented by the white man because he classified them. He made this mixed race and classified them as mestizos. Which wouldn't be a mixed race, it would just be the son of a Spaniard, which would be a Spaniard in itself. But on this side, in the Americas, you got the same thing with the African Americans, and they call those mulattoes, which is basically the same thing, which is they created that same category of a mixed white and black or African slave, and they called them mulattoes. And they did this throughout everywhere where they conquered.
So what was Mexico back then?
I mean, it was still called the land of Mexica, but it would be Aztecs. It was a mixture of Aztecs and Mayans.
And Aztecs and Mayans. That's what I'm saying. There was two people that got together. Not using the word mix, but got together. Right?
Yeah, but both Aztecs and Mayans would descend.
Right, exactly.
So they
were from what tribe?
So the Aztecs would go back to the Issachar, and then the Mayans would go back to Zebulon.
Exactly. And just like back in the old world, right? In Israel, Yeah, we got classes on this on this whole thing. We got whole presentations and everything. Just go to the channel. Just go to the SICARRI channel.
The SICARRI channel?
Yeah. SICARRI. Just go to YouTube and type in SICARRI. Not SICARRI Chicago, because that's just specifically us. I want you to go to just the SICARRI page, period.
Just type in SICARRI.
Just type in SICARRI.
Okay,
right?
it'll take me to your channel.
Yeah, it'll take you to the main, because we're just a chapter, right? I want you to go to, you know what I'm saying, the broad scope. You know what I'm saying? Not just our videos, but the broad scope of everything. Because it's a whole presentation on how the so-called Northern Kingdom got to America, right? And it's going to go into the historicity, you know what I'm saying, prophecy, etc., etc. Right, Viva Yasha Allah. It's called Viva Yasha Allah. Yeah, get his number or something. Yeah.
Okay, but let's take our brother here. Like this man is so funny.
What does that matter? Let me show you something. Bob Marley, what is he? What is Bob Marley? Bob Marley has a complexion like me and you, right? What is his father? You don't know his father? Somebody pull up Bob Marley's father. We about to see it. Bob Marley.
I don't think everybody coming out of Africa would be of a hue with a color, with a dark.
Oh.
That's Bob Marley's dad.
Yeah.
Right, what would you say he is?
He's a white man.
So that make him an Edomite?
Yes. Watch this. Genesis 25 and 25.
I got some else. Okay.
Because he just made the point, he said that everyone coming out of Africa would have a hue. You gotta remember that you're dealing with nationality, because nowadays South Africa is all white people because it was inhabited by the English, Johannesburg and South Africa. So you can come out, yeah, exactly. So you could come out of Africa and still not be black, but still call yourself African because
of races getting together.
No, because of the ideology of race and nationality.
Watch this. Give me that in Genesis 25 and 25, right? Two nations, right? Hold on right quick.
Drake says his mother is Jewish.
That's his mom. That's not his pops. His pops is a black man from Memphis. Yes.
Right, his father's
Yes.
black.
So that makes Drake's black.
Drake don't look like his dad.
That don't matter.
I know.
That don't matter. Looks don't matter. It's the seed. Right. And you agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
It's the seed.
Let's read this.
But he
Go
don't
ahead.
look like his dad to me. He look more like kind of like.
I mean, well, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying, traits from both of your parents, but at the end of the day, it's about what your father is, right?
Right. It makes
Go-
you what you want.
Uh-huh. Now, to your point, right, you're of the concept that if you come from the so-called Middle East or Africa, that you have to have some type of to you, right? We would say that the ancient world that deals with the Bible, right, that's all over there in Africa, right? So-called Africa. Read this.
Genesis 25 and 25. And the first
Yeah, right. One of the sons.
Yeah. And this is the so-called white man, and we're going to prove it. Read.
Genesis 25:23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb.
Two separate nations are in her womb. These are twins, Jacob and Esau. Read. 25. Read.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Are we not stronger than them? Do we not excel? I'm just saying. I'm just being real with you. Right? We excel at everything more than he do. Right? Naturally.
Yeah, he was hairy. One was hairy.
Well, yeah, one was hairy. We gonna get it. Yes, you know it though. Read.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. So you are familiar with the history of the Moors, right? And how they ruled Europe for what? All them years, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I'm saying?
They were traveling around too.
But some of those Moors were also Israelites, right? It was Israelites, you had Israelites, Hamites, and then you had Arabs. But you know what I'm saying? They all came together to overthrow the goddamn white man.
Where did the Arabs come from?
Where did the Arabs come from? The Berber people?
The Arabs are descendants of Abraham.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're descendants of Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they're like they're a Semitic people.
Yeah, they are. But this is the thing though. Just because you're Semitic doesn't mean that you're my people though. It's different types of Shemites, just like it's different types of
They come
Hebrews.
from Shem.
Yeah, Ishmaelites, Edomites, Israelites, they all come from Shem. They all come from the line of Shem. They're Shemitic, but as a nation, they're their own nation.
They're their own nation.
They're their own nations. Because you got Hebrew Israelite, Hebrew Ishmaelite, right? Two different nations.
Right.
But they come from Shem. Yes.
Their fathers,
Yes.
Shem.
Yeah. That goes back to Abraham. Go ahead. Read that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 7. You listening, brother? This is going exactly into your point. Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So if you don't come from Isaac, you're not a child of God.
Because he was the promise.
Right, exactly.
But here's the whole thing. You use Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. A lot of brothers bring that out. A lot of brothers bring that out to show the transatlantic slave trade, which it does apply to that. But it also applies.
That's in there, though, the
What's not in there? Get Deuteronomy 28, 68. Let's just go to it.
But here's the whole thing. I'm going to read this first. Deuteronomy 28 and what?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, Egypt. Do you think that's talking about old Egypt?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's keep reading. The Bible's going to show you. The Bible's going to show you. No. Watch. Go ahead.
Can you read the Exodus 20?
Hold that. Shalom, bro. Get back. Read. Because it's going to answer the question for him. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Again, right? Go ahead.
With ships.
With ships. Israel and Egypt are on the same tectonic plate. Africa, right? There is no body of water that's separating that. I don't need a ship to get from Israel to Egypt or Egypt to Israel. Do you agree with that? On a map?
Egypt is the north, and it has a sea. It has a coast.
Brother, show them the map.
Egypt has a coast.
So I need to get on a ship to go from Israel to Egypt. That's what I'm asking.
No, you don't.
Okay.
It's 380 miles separated. Yeah, no, but you don't.
He talking about the Mediterranean and the Red Sea.
Look, you can literally walk Egypt to Israel. There's no large body.
But I said it was on the coast. There's the coast.
No. You can literally walk.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, brother.
Okay, so
I love y'all.
we love you too, brother.
Okay, so go ahead. But let me say this. So transatlantic slave trade is what you just showed me.
Well, no, we're gonna keep reading.
And this is start from the top, Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
What does the word Egypt mean?
Egypt is the word.
Okay, let's let the Bible define it. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Synonymous with bondage.
Right. Egypt
Right?
is bondage. Right.
Miss Ryan, right? Go ahead.
Okay. So in the Deuteronomy 28:68 from the top. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, into bondage again with ships.
This time you're going into Egypt with ships, right? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
It can't be ancient Egypt. He said we wasn't going to see that no more again. See what I'm saying? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Let's see here. Where's it at? Over here.
I got the point that you made.
Oh, okay, you got it, right?
But now,
And that doesn't only apply to us because you also had, you know what I'm saying, the natives that were already here. They were being shipped to Seville, Spain, Africa, all that.
They were already here.
They were already here, yes. They were being shipped.
Okay. But now, the curse is broken because Christ said it was broken.
Show me where Christ said the curse is broken.
Okay. If you go to,
Can you paraphrase it?
Yeah, he said this. He said that he became the curse and broke all curse when he hung on the tree.
Okay.
They used the tree to represent that. So when he did, he broke the curse and he came.
So we should be able to go to where he hangs on the tree and it's going to say, I broke the curses.
So then, in Galatians 3 and 6, he said he came to deliver them that are under the law. That's under the law.
Talk about the Israelites.
That them that are
From the
under,
curse of the law. What's the curse of the law?
The curse of the law is,
According to Torah, what's the curse of the law?
when you're trying to do the law.
No. What is the curse of the law, brother?
When you're trying to keep
Brother,
the law.
so the Torah says the curse of the law is when you're trying to keep the Torah.
In the New Testament, it says, it talks about the spirit. There's two spirits. The spirit of life and the spirit of sin and death.
Oh, the spirit of what?
Life.
Death, right?
And
Death.
And sin and death.
What is transgression of the law?
When you break it,
When you break it. When you break the law, what happens to you?
then you have to perform a ceremony.
What is the curse of the law, brother?
When you break, when you
All the curses of Deuteronomy 28 is the curse of the law, brother. Because Deuteronomy 28:15, read that. Get Deuteronomy 28:15. Hold on. Watch. How in the hell is the curse broken and we still sitting over here in the hills of America, brother, paying taxes to people that stole this land? How the hell are you free? What curse has been broken? We still getting gunned down 28 hours.
Hold on, Christ paid taxes, did he not?
Christ paid, no, he told you to pay your taxes. He said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. That's what he said.
He told him, listen, when you take
How can
your
you be,
taxes and mine too?
brother? How can you be not cursed when you're still under subjection to another people?
Right. I get your point, but I'm just
You pay taxes. You're under subjection to these crackers that came over here.
You can't explain the curse.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and 8.
Bring it out.
Behold, we are yet this day.
We are yet what day?
We are yet this day.
Go ahead.
In our captivity.
And our what?
In our captivity.
No, I'm a freed man, brother.
We are yet this day in our captivity.
Come on, man.
And with that, he had to leave.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew. I mean, you could go out throughout Matthew, but Matthew, I'll do 23 and 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. So even after Christ died, he let the disciples know that they would still be accursed among the nations. And the whole Matthew 24 speaks to that and tells us of the curses that would come during the time of 70 AD when Jerusalem fell. So even after Christ died and was crucified and died for the sins of the nation of Israel, Israel still had to suffer afflictions that were found in the books of Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus.
Because the Most High said you were going to go through them. There's nothing that the Most High says that's not going to happen. Because if that was the case, that would make God a liar, and he's not. Right? Go ahead, get your precept.
This is Revelations chapter 11 and 8, last book of the Bible. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city.
Oh, what is that great city? Read.
Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Spiritually the house of bondage. Right? And physically as well. Right? And what was Sodom known for? Homosexuality. What's pushed to a high frequency in America? You can't say nothing about no goddamn without getting your job ripped from you, man. Right? They protect them, man. LGBTQ got all the rights, you know what I'm saying? The black man ain't got no rights, but the faggots do.
That's right.
Right? Like, come on, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and 17, out of the words of Christ. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Think not have I come to destroy the law, right? Read.
Or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Now, people will say, close the book right there, brother. The curses are fulfilled right there, right? But that's not what he said was fulfilled. Watch this. You're going to learn that it's talking about the prophecy that references Christ, man. His death, burial, and resurrection. His coming. Because he said he cometh within the volume of the book, man. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Acts chapter 3 and verse 18. But those things which God before has shewed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer.
That Christ should suffer, right? Go ahead.
He hath so fulfilled.
He hath so fulfilled. That's what fulfilled. That's what was finished, man. Right? Because if he's trying to say that we're no longer under the curses, that means you're putting us into the new covenant. How the hell are we in the new covenant when we're still over here in the hills of America? The new covenant says that we won't have to come out to the streets and teach our neighbors about the Most High. Everybody's got to know him. And it also says we're going to be perfect. I'm not going to have to strive to not smoke a cigarette. It's just going to be nature to me just to not do it. Right? And it also said we're not going to sin in the new covenant. How the hell you going to tell me that we not under sin and I see brothers killing each other every goddamn day? Killing another Israelite is a sin. Right? So come on. Like, we got to do better, man. Like, the brother had a little bit of knowledge on him, but, he veered off. Right? Go ahead.
And that's a very asinine thing to say that the curses are over with, because this is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee, and for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Upon thy seed forever, man. And the only way you're going to be able to break that curse is what? You started, the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans starting to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? Because what got us under the curses? Breaking every goddamn thing. Right?
The new covenant is what's going to stop it.
Exactly. Right? Which is going to be spearheaded by our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Hamashiach, man. Right? Go ahead, get your precept.
And just to go upon him saying that the law is a curse and all of that, and we're in the new covenant, if we were in the new covenant, we will be above all these other nations. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 1, and it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee high above all nations.
No, man. Just LeBron James. Just Jay-Z. Right? Just Michelle Obama, bro. No, it said us as a nation is going to be over all these nations, man. As a collective, man. Right? And at the end of the day, even if you're talking about your LeBron Jameses or, you know what I'm saying, your top black Hispanic celebrities, they still niggas at the end of the day. They still got to answer to somebody. They still got to pay their goddamn taxes. They still got to shut up and dribble. Shut up and throw that ball, nigga. Sing us the songs of Zion, Cardi B. Right?
Speaking on the curses, this also shall be fulfilled when everything gets reversed. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Exactly, and that hasn't happened yet. These nations ain't paid for a goddamn thing that they've done to the black, Latin, and Native American, man. Not yet, but that day is coming, man. Right? Because all the curses that was put onto us is going to be put on to the other nations, man. Because God is not mocked, man. Galatians 7:6, or 6 and 7, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 8 and 11. And they shall not teach every man his...
No. If the curses are broken, brother, what the hell are we doing on State Street on the south side of Chicago with a microphone and a Bible? Right? Go ahead.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor.
I wouldn't have to teach no other Israelite walking up and down the street about Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. They would know already. That's how you know you're not in the new covenant, man. Amongst other things. We can just go to Jeremiah and just run them off. It's that simple, man. That is a Christian fallacy, man, that we in a new covenant, man. Just like they tell you we're saved. How the hell you saved? Paul ain't even saved, man. So how you saved, man? It say he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So how you saved right now? Come on, man. Was Tamir Rice saved? Was Laquan McDonald saved? Was Fred Hampton saved? It's a goddamn joke. Go ahead.
I'll start from the top. Hebrews 8 and 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
From the least to the greatest. From the smallest child to the biggest adult, man. They're gonna know the Lord on their own, right? If we in a new covenant, if the curses are broken, why in the hell? We would be in the land. Why in the hell? If I want to go support a black-owned business, right? If I want to go get a T-shirt from a brother or a sister of black, Latin, or Native American persuasion, right? Where do they go get those materials from? They gotta go get it from the goddamn white man or the goddamn Arab, right? If we was free, why in the hell are we buying Himalayan? Is our women buying Himalayan hair and Becky's hair? Becky and them should be buying our goddamn hair, man, right? But that's not what's happening. Go ahead.
The book of Lamentations 5 and 4. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us.
Our wood is sold unto us, right? They come to America, they take the goddamn land, right? They charge you for water, natural resources, right? You steal the land and then you charge the people that were already here for the stuff that's already here, right? Our water has been sold unto us. You gotta pay a water bill, right? I gotta pay a water bill to the people that stole this goddamn land, right? It's a crime for me to catch rain, huh? Who made that law? Right? But we in the new covenant.
It's a crime just to stand on the corner.
Exactly. They're gonna say you're loitering. And then now I get to lock you up. And now I get the basically free labor, nigga, slave labor. Right? Because those brothers, they have jobs in those damn jails. And what are they making? Not as much as the jail. Not half of what the jail. What the jail is making off them, man. Prisoners is a big business, man. 20 cents an hour.
You got privately owned prisons.
Exactly.
Which have ulterior motives, you know, the cheap labor, the free labor basically that they get off these prison systems.
It's nothing but the damn plantation all over again, man. So don't tell me that we ain't under the curses no more. Because we can vividly see it, man, with our own two eyes. We're living in hell, man. This is hell. Hell ain't up under the ground. Hell is right here, man, for blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, man.
And also,
to expound on what you were saying about the new covenant, he's the one that's supposed to be teaching us this.
Exactly.
He's the one that's supposed to be giving us this knowledge, but instead, here we are on Roosevelt teaching him, and he rejects the knowledge that we give to him because he thinks he knows more than us.
Right. When actually he didn't really come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? But you could just tell by the attitude that the brother had. Then he had a little bit of respect at first, but then when you just walk off on another black man talking to you, bro, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I expect a cracker to do that, right? But not my own brother, but Deuteronomy 28:54, right? That evil eye was going to be turned against us, man, right? Your own people.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42 and 8. Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish.
And that's what we was trying to do to the brother. He was asking certain questions. Then we would go into, he asked about Simeon, right? We was going into, you know what I'm saying, how the northern kingdom got over here. Then he jumps to another question. Then another question. Then another question. Right? You gotta have some goddamn decorum, man. Right? If you ask a question, let a brother answer it, then we can move to another point.
Because at the end of the day, it wasn't the answer that he wanted.
Exactly.
So that's why he had to get up the block. You know, but I'm gonna finish it out. Ecclesiastes 42 and 8. Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish in the extreme age that contend with the young. Thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living.
Right, and just like the Bible says, man, you know what I'm saying, a lot of elder folk, you know what I'm saying, they get pumped up in that pride, man. Nigga, I done been here longer than you, but that don't mean that you know more than me, man.